Hi everyone, this is Teresa with the A-Team and Transformation, and today I'm going to be releasing trapped emotions or trapped energy on a pair of shoes that I recently purchased on Poshmark. So this is actually one of the services that I provide because energy can attach itself to anything. So an absorbed emotion is actually one of the emotions in the emotion code modality. And if you're not protecting yourself or shielding yourself from other people's energies or emotions, you are vulnerable, especially if you are a really highly sensitive person. So there's many various different ways how we can absorb other people's emotions, whether it's being around them or whether it's through items. So I gave an example of this in my video on scheduling a session with me, how I'm a part of a group of practitioners and non-practitioners. And one of the questions from a woman in the group was she was experiencing dizziness. And so she gave everyone the okay to muscle test to see if the dizziness was coming from her medication. Now, the medication could be causing other issues, but she was experiencing dizziness and she wasn't quite sure if it was through the medication that she was using. And so I saw a lot of the answers, and one answer caught my eye because it was all pretty much no's, except this answer gave a little bit more context to what was going on. And so the practitioner stated that it wasn't actually the medication that was causing the dizziness, it was actually the person that was handling the medication that was causing the dizziness. And I muscle tested as well, and that was exactly the answer that I got. It wasn't the medication, and that's why she was receiving all the no's. It was actually the person that was handling the medication and like maybe the factory. And so what's really interesting and what's really common for people is that when they are highly sensitive and if they're not really shielding or protecting their energy, you actually don't even have to be around people to absorb energies or emotions. So I'll give another quick example. So let's say someone sells you a coat and that person receives bad news while wearing that coat. Maybe one of their family members got ill and they now have experienced grief and sadness and sorrow and depression and all these negative emotions, and they sell the coat to you. So if that coat isn't cleared from all those negative emotions and you receive it and you're highly sensitive, or maybe you're in a particular time of your life where it's not going that well for you, you are in much more of a vulnerable state to absorb those emotions and those energies from that person. And so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be releasing trapped emotions on a pair of shoes that I recently purchased on Poshmark.
Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on.
Okay, so I am actually going to connect to the energy of the shoes and see how many trapped emotions need to be released. Okay, so am I connected to the energy of the shoes? Okay, so I just asked, am I connected to the energy of the shoes? I quickly set an intention to be connected to the energy of the shoes, so I am connected. I'm going to see how many trapped emotions these shoes are actually carrying. Okay, so is it more than 10 trapped emotions? More than 5? 6? 7? Okay, so these shoes have 7 trapped emotions that it's carrying or transferring with it. Okay, so is the first trapped emotion in an odd row? Is it row 2? Row 4? Okay, so it's row 6. Is it row 6, column A? Okay, so is it humiliation? Jealousy? Interesting. Okay, jealousy. Okay, so did I release jealousy? Perfect. Is the second trapped emotion in an odd row? Row 2? Row 4? Okay, so row 4. Is it column A? Okay, so it's row 4, column B. Is it depression? Okay, that was a really strong yes, so I'm gonna set the intention to release it. Okay, so did I release depression? Yes. Is the third trapped emotion in an odd row? A lot of even rows. Row 2, row 4, row 4, column A. Okay, so row 4, column B. Is it depression? Frustration? Indecisiveness? Panic? So the last one is taken for granted. Okay, and that was a really strong yes. Okay, so I'm gonna set the intention to release it. Okay, so I release taken for granted. Is the next trapped emotion in an odd row? So again, even row. Row 2, row 4. Okay, is it column B? Nope. Okay, row 4, column A. Is it anger? Bitterness? Guilt? Okay, so I got a yes to guilt. Okay, so did I release guilt? Okay, so I think that's the fourth trapped emotion I released, I believe. Is the next trapped emotion in an even row? Okay. Is it row 2? That was a strong yes. Row 2, column A. Is it anxiety? Despair? Ooh, yeah. Okay, so despair. Okay, so set intention. Okay, so did I release despair? Okay, that was a strong yes. As the next trapped emotion in an even row? We got odd row. Is it row 1? Nope. Is it row 3? Okay. Okay, so row 3. Is it row 3, column A? Okay, so row 3, column A. Is it crying? Discouragement? Okay, so definitely, I'm trying to let myself go all the way forward or all the way back as much as possible so you can visually see it. So it was discouragement. Okay. Okay. Did I release discouragement? I did. Okay. So have we released 6 trapped emotions? Okay, so we released 6 and I muscle tested that there were 7. Okay, is the next trapped emotion in an odd row? Row 2? Row 4? Okay, yes. Row 4, column A. Let's see how I go back. Okay, so row 4, column B. Is it depression? Frustration? Okay, so frustration. Okay. Okay, did I release frustration? Okay, are there any other trapped emotions that need to be released from these pair of shoes that I'm holding? Okay, so I got a strong no, and that was the 7th trapped emotion. All right, so I'm just gonna disconnect from the energy of these pair of shoes. Okay. Have I disconnected from the energy of the pair of shoes that I'm holding? Okay, perfect. Yes. All right, that is it, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Oh, shut up.